Hello friends, today we'll have a discussion on how to incorporate a private limited company. Now before we start our discussion on the procedure of how to incorporate a private limited company, let us first understand what do you mean by a private limited company. Now if we go legally, as per section 2, subsection 68 of the Companies Act, a private limited company is a company which in its articles, 1, it prohibits invitation to public. 2, it restricts transferability of shares. And 3, the maximum number of members in a private limited company should not exceed 200, excluding the present and former employees of the company. So that is what is the meaning of private limited company. The word private denotes that a private limited company cannot invite the public to purchase its shares, and the word limited denotes that the liability of the shareholders and directors is limited. Now, private limited company, if you want to register, registration needs to be done with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, that is MCA. Now, let us understand how to register a private limited company. Now, new company registration process or the private limited company registration process entirely is online at present, and each director should have a director identification number, that is DIN, and the subscribers. The subscribers are people who are the members of the company who are going to purchase the shares of the company. They have to purchase and procure a digital signature for registration. The process of incorporation, as I said, it's online and it takes 10 to 15 working days to incorporate a private limited company subject to availability of your proposed name. Now let's discuss on what is the process of incorporation. Step 1. To obtain digital signature registration, that's DSC, for all the directors of the company. As you know, in a private limited company, there should be minimum 2 directors and maximum can be 15 directors. So we need to obtain digital signature for all the directors of the company. Step 2. We'll submit the company's name with an objective. Now, it is optional. You can either opt for a run form or directly opt for incorporating of a company. Now, in case you choose to go for a run application, you need to file the run application which charges ₹1,000 with MCA. In the run application, 2 names can be proposed for name reservation. Once your name is reserved by MCA, then we'll proceed on with incorporating a company, a private limited company. But in case you're confident that your name is available, in that situation, the complete Spice Plus form will be submitted for name reservation as well as incorporation together. In that situation, only one name can be proposed. Step 3. Drafting of the Memorandum of Association, that's MOA, and Articles of Association, that's AOA of the company. MOA and AOA are the legal documents of the company which are prepared in formation and the registration process of a private limited company. Step 4, we're going to file your MOA and AOA with the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. We're going to file Spice First form, that's INC 32, with the ROC along with EMOA Form 33, EAOA Form 34, Agile Pro S and Form INC 9. Step 5, obtaining the certificate of incorporation from the MCA. After all the documents for private limited company registration is processed and approved by MCA, you will receive an incorporation certificate from MCA. At present, the most important advantage of incorporating the private limited company is in the same form, you get the incorporation certificate. You also get the PAN and TAN numbers. You also get registered under PF and ESI, and you can also register under the GST, which is optional. Now, the question comes that what are the documents required for incorporating a private limited company? Now, you need to give us at least 2 names for your proposed company. 1. 2, you need to tell us what is your main object. Give us details about your main objects, and we are going to draft your MOA with that, and details of equity holdings of your members. We will also require details about the authorized share capital and paid up share capital of your proposed company. We require documents like self-attested PAN card copy of all the directors of the company. We also require self-attested ID proof for each director. ID proof could be your Aadhaar card, your election ID card, or your passport, anyone which needs to be self-attested. We also require color passport size photograph for each director, and we require a self-attested residence address proof for each director. Residence address proof could be bank statement up 2 months old, latest electricity bill, or could be your mobile or landline bill. We also require your business address proof. That could be your latest electricity bill or your mobile bill. In case you stay in in case your business is going to be there in a rented property, will require a rental agreement with a NOC from the person who owns the property. In case the place is owned, you can give us your sale agreement. We'll also require your email ID, mobile number of all the directors, and the proposed company in case a proposed company has got a mail ID. Next, now the most important question which arises is, what is the cost involved in incorporating a private limited company? See, the type of expenses which is involved in incorporating private limited company is the state government fees one. State government fees is the stamp duty charges which we need to pay on the MOA and AOA, which will vary as per the State Stamp Act. Secondly, cost involved with the central government fees, which is in case you are going for a run application form, 1,000 rupees you need to pay. In case you don't opt for run application, need not pay these charges. For PAN, and as I said, when you are filing, you are going for incorporation private limited company, the same form we are also applying for PAN and TAN, for which you need to pay 131 rupees for getting the PAN and TAN numbers, which you will get along with your incorporation certificate. For DSC, it will be 1,000 rupees, and plus the professional charges you need to pay for us to do the entire complete process. In case you want any other information on this topic, you can contact us, Suman Jain and Associates. Our email ID is deepikasurana3@gmail.com or sumanjaincs2015@outlook.com.